guys, welcome. I hope you had a fabulous Mother's Day weekend and the sun is shining in your area, because for us, it was kind of gloomy over here. I wanted to talk about just this weekend. So I worked and then my husband picked me up. We were in Ulta and we were just looking around and we looked over and there's the Ulta wall. Ulta Beauty Collection. And I thought to myself, I have never, ever used any of their products. And some people, I've heard mixed reviews. Some people really like their stuff. Some people don't. And so I thought, let's do a video with all Ulta products. So that is what you see on my face right now. I have nothing but. And I wanted to go over the products that I used and what I thought was great and what I thought is not even worth the inexpensive price that it is. Okay? So I did pick up the Ulta Beauty box. They're usually like $29.99, 30 bucks, and it was on sale for $14.99. So we thought, okay, put that in our bag. Then we went over to the Ulta wall and it had buy two, get one free. So we picked up a $25 pack that had eyeliner, lip gloss, a highlighter for the brows, brow product, and a setting spray. Thought that was a good deal. And then the only two things that I needed to do a full face would be concealer and foundation. So we picked up concealer and their new Serum foundation. And we're gonna get into all of it. So the first thing I used was the Poreless Face Primer out of the box. And what it is it is a silicone primer. It comes with this kind of applicator tip. I don't know how I feel about that. I typically don't do a silicone primer, but it does look like it blurs out. So I did put it on. I put it on in my T-zone, a little bit on my chin, out in here, where I normally will put a primer. Then I went in with the eyeshadow primer. This has a little bit of a color to it, and I grabbed too much. You do not need much of it at all. And that's, that's a learning curve. This has a little bit of color to it. You put it on, it dries really nicely down to just a really nice, not too dry of a finish, but it's just real nice and it gives you a little bit of a color, which I will look for that. They do have eyeshadow primers that are clear. I will look for something with a color because my lids, I've talked about it before, but my lids are a little dark and discolored. So I like something that gives me more of an even base. Those are the first two products I tried. This one, because I typically don't do a pore primer or poreless primer, I'm gonna put it in the no pile. And this one, I actually really like. I probably would buy it. So this is gonna go over in the yes pile. Then we went on to the shadows. I've got my eyeshadow base on. I did grab the brushes because I was originally gonna use the Ulta brushes. They suck. I can't even be positive about it. I tried it on one eye. Okay, well that was fun. I'm not using the brush. Oh my gosh, not happening. So I ran and got my Sigma brushes that I use all the time. Okay, so I started with the Ulta brushes and quickly stopped because they're just not gonna work for me. And I ran and got my Sigma. So I just put this brush with this eye, same product, same amount with this brush on this eye. See how brushes make a difference? I first thought, oh my gosh, the shadow is terrible. And I had heard kind of decent things about the Ulta shadow. So I was immediately disappointed. But comes to find out it was the brush, the applicator, not the shadow. So I went ahead and I used 4 colors. I did this into my crease, this into the corner, just kind of shaded it a little darker. This was the transition shade. And then I mixed these two, and originally I did them with, I didn't think I really liked it. Wasn't giving me enough color payoff. And then I used my fingers and it worked better. So the shimmers are okay. And I felt like the mattes blended out pretty nicely. I'm curious about this purple area. I don't know, let's see. I don't know how they would blend because that's gonna be the key. The colors are okay. Nothing, but not terrible, honestly. Let me grab this lilac shade. Yeah, not too bad. So I'd like to try those purples out and see how they would look. Really loving the shadow base. I put that one over the shadow base. I really love it. So that's what I did on my eyes for eyeshadow. I used this one. I will say that I got this 6 shadow set or whatever it's called, palette, 6 palette. And it came in the $25 pack. But I liked these colors better, so I went ahead and used those. These are 5 mattes and 1 shimmer. So they're pretty, but very, very neutral. There is the shadows. From the shadows, I went to these liners. So in the liner, they're dual-ended, which is really, really nice. And one side is brown. One side is black. And I use the black on the waterline, and I kind of tight lined up above just a little bit because I wanted to use it. It is not something that I typically use. I don't really use a pencil anymore, but I wanted to feel it so I can tell you guys that I think they're decent. It's still on my waterline, right? I mean, it's been on now like 10, 15 minutes. And it's holding pretty good. Usually when it's a terrible liner, it won't even show the pigment. It's like disappears in a second. So these are decent. So if I was gonna buy a pencil, I would put this in the buy. For shadows, I've used some really good shadows. So would I purchase Ulta, like go into Ulta looking for a shadow palette by Ulta Beauty? Probably not. So I'm gonna put this over here, but it's not terrible, okay? So it is in the no buy section, but I don't think it's like the worst shadow I've ever used. From there, we went to the liquid liner. And no. I use liquid liner almost every day. I have used, in my opinion, some of the best ones. This is not good. I mean, I had to really, really work with it. The tip is stiff. Here it is. So it's funny because when you're in the store, that's how you try things, is like on your hand, because you're not gonna go around, well, some people do, but typically you don't take off and put on your makeup on and off to try different things. So you'll try it on your hand and see if you like it. And when I put it on my hand, yeah, it's nice. But my hand is more taut than my eye. And personally, I just didn't like it. It actually hurt. So this is going to be in the no pile. And it bled a little bit. You know it's bleeding if you need some clarification on that. It's literally like a felt tip pen. When a felt tip pen is a good one, it just writes nicely. When it's not, you have that little bit of bleeding that falls out the line. Same like this, and that's why it got thicker and thicker, because I was having to really work with it. From there, we went to complexion, and I did concealer. And Ulta, it's called Youthful Glow Foundation, and the concealer is called Youthful Glow. So both of these are in the Youthful Glow category. This is the concealer. This is a serum foundation. It is oil-free, and it's a buildable coverage. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the concealer. Concealer, I think, is really, I like it. It's not bad. We'll see how it wears, but the application, I felt like it blended nicely. It feels nice and creamy. It's a medium coverage. It's not a full coverage concealer. So I did go in a couple times with it because I wanted to get a little bit more coverage. I really don't have a problem with dark circles, but I like to brighten the area a little bit. I'm more concerned with it creasing. So I don't know. Again, as I talk, the foundation and all of my makeup, the concealer, it's been sitting here now for probably 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. I might buy this concealer. I don't think it, I like it. It's nice. Blended out nicely, feels good. That's gonna go in the yes pile. I would probably buy that. Now, Youthful Glow Foundation. I hate it. It's like terrible. First off, it's not really my color. I'm kind of in between colors. The lighter one was too light, and I think this is a little dark. So I went with the darker because we're going into summer and I can make it work. I blended it down my neck and made it work. I think it's fine now. But one, I'm in between colors. Two, the consistency, ugh. Gross is all I have to say. So usually what they want you to do is shake it. And then it said to put it on with the Ulta brush. I didn't see the Ulta brush when we were there, or I would have bought it. So I don't know if that's like a dense brush or what it is, because this stuff, look, can you see? It's literally like runny water gross. So when I first applied it, I put it on my hand like I do with all my foundations, and I dipped my brush in, and there was nothing. So I literally dropped it onto my brush to try and work it that way, and that is how I got this coverage. I don't ever recommend doing that. It's not good to drop foundation onto your brush because it seeps in. I don't like to do that typically. I did so I could get the coverage, and no, I don't like the feeling. I don't like the finish. I don't like the coverage. I really like nothing about this other than the package, because it's just like Genifique from Lancome. This is going in the no pile. I honestly don't recommend anybody. It's especially hard right now because I've been using the Oma Beauty Say What? Ooh, I gotta go up. The Oma Beauty Say What foundation, and I've been loving it, and this is like so opposite. If you want to see a little bit of that video, check it out, because that foundation, like, seriously, I'm loving it. Back to a more positive state. We went on to the blush, and that I used this. Now, I will say in our little $25 packet, I got a bronzer, but because the bronzer was in here, I just went ahead and used it. I think they're very, very close to color anyway. It's a bronzer too. I'm thinking they're the same formula. So I went with this for my bronzer and this for my blush. Decent, not a ton of pigment, so you know, that's to be expected. Again, kind of falls in with the shadows. It's not terrible. It's just not something I would buy because I've had better. And when you've had better, you kind of don't revert back. So I'm gonna put this in the no pile. Again, there are some no-nos, like don't buy it. I recommend you not buying it. And then there are some no piles just because it's eh. If I don't have the money and I really needed some, all my shadows broke and I needed some, I'd go buy them because they're okay and it's a great value. We did go over the brow gel, so there's a couple other products here that it's just a clear brow gel. Decent, I don't know. It doesn't have any color to it, so we'll see. I have my brows microbladed, so that wasn't really an issue for me. Decent. And then this, oh my gosh, this is called their brow highlight. I think this is probably my favorite thing out of all of this stuff. Really, really nice. And it just is creamy, blended right out with my brush. Like, so nice. I loved it. So that's going in the yes pile. I had this setting powder. This is just a little mini guy that came in it. And because that serum foundation is so crappy, I use this on the middle area just to cut down the shine because I was like a glowing disaster. And then I went into the lips, and there you have a dual-ended lip pencil. Not my colors. Don't really care for them at all, but I made it work. It's hard. You know I love a good lip liner. Kylie, again, I talk about her lip liners all the time. Lancome lip liners, talk about them all the time. I've actually done a lip liner video that you know, I did a while ago, but lip liners are important. They help your lipstick to stay, but I do like a creamy one, and these just aren't. It's just not a quality lip liner. So that'll go in the no pile. And then I topped it with the gloss, which I did really like. So this is their gloss. It doesn't have much color, but it has a nice shine. It's not tacky. I like the applicator. It feels really moisturizing, and I thought it was nice. It doesn't have much color to it, but this is something I would use. Yeah, I might even put this in the yes pile because I think that one is really nice. Oh, the only thing I didn't do, oh my goodness, I'm gonna do it right now. Let's check it out. This is their Dewy Makeup Setting Spray. I didn't set my makeup, so let's try it. Not like I need any dew with that Serum foundation, but, oh, okay. Well, I don't like that. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Okay, they need to fix the spritzer. So it smells nice. It smells like it has coconut in it, which I love because that is what I use on a daily. But that applicator is not good. So that's going to go in the no pile. This will go in the yes. Not like I bought it, but I've had it. I have a full face of Ulta Beauty right here. And I wanted to recap the products that I use that I think that are actually worth spending your money to buy. Yes, are they a great deal? They are. I mean, I don't know the individual prices of all of these, but I'm telling you, like, they are a good deal. Yes, I get it. We need to, you know, be value conscious and what can I get for my money? Yet, don't spend money on things that aren't even gonna work because that money is like throwing it away. Save it and get something quality. Here are my buy. These are products that I would go back to Ulta and purchase. So we have the eyeshadow base. I thought that was a very great product. The concealer I'm loving. I just looked at myself in the mirror and it's still not creasing, and that's a rare thing for me. Lip gloss, I'm wearing it. It's not tacky, feels good, pretty color. I would top it, you know, right on top of my lipstick. And the highlighter. That's the brow highlighter. Beautiful. So these 4 things I would spend money on the full size. Then my middle section is an area that, you know, I don't hate it, yet I probably would rather spend my money and get better product if I had the option. That is the eyeliner, the eyebrow gel, the face primer, the shadows and the contour and blush kit, the bronzer, because you know I love Hoola, so the bronzer, and then these are eyeshadows as well. So again, they're not terrible, but if I could save my money and get something better, I would. These are the items that I definitely would not recommend or purchase. Lip liner, no bueno. Eyeliner, too hard and stiff and I don't like it. The setting spray, which smells nicely and I don't know how it performs, but the process was killing me. And then lastly, but not least, is the Serum foundation. Not good at all. So that is a wrap for today. It was fun trying the Ulta products. I've been wanting to do it probably for 5 years now, so I'm glad I got the chance. I hope you guys have a wonderful start to your week. Make sure you're subscribed. We have the giveaway going that I believe is happening next video. So if you haven't told a friend to subscribe to get your double chance of entering, do that. Make sure you're subscribed and go back to my 5-Minute Friday and comment what your favorite video is. Those are the 2 things you need to do. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.